My name is Matschull. Pull quotes use a key phrase or quotation pulled from the text and presented as a graphic element. It is positioned to attract the reader's attention. Pull quotes add visual interest to an area of a document with a lot of gray text. Pull quotes usually use a larger font than the body text. Pull quotes may or may not have a border or background. LibreOffice Writer offers a way to insert text boxes that can be used for pull quotes. Text boxes present limited design offerings, however, and must be formatted manually each time they are employed. Therefore, I will not discuss the use of text boxes in this video. Frames present a much more useful way to design pull quotes. You can easily design a custom frame style to use when inserting multiple quotes in a single document. A custom frame style will set multiple attributes at once. A custom frame style will enhance consistency within a document. Using custom frame styles will make your work more efficient. I will open a document to illustrate how you can easily design custom frame styles for pull quotes. I set this document up to be used for a bound booklet in order to illustrate how to style pull quotes for both right and left pages. As you can see, this document contains a lot of text with little to break it up. Pull quotes can improve the looks of this document. I will be adding numerous pull quotes, and I want them to be consistent in appearance. The easiest way to do this is to use custom frame styles. I'll go to the Frame Styles area of the Styles deck of the sidebar. Make sure the Styles icon on the right is highlighted. That's the icon with the capital A and the paintbrush. The Frame Styles area is displayed when the third icon from the left at the top of the Styles deck is highlighted. I'll right-click on Frame and select New. In the Organizer tab of the dialog that appears, I'll give this style the name _ pull quote right. I'll be making another custom style for left pages. The underscore will assure that this style appears at the top of the list so it is easily accessible. I'll change Inherit to None. I'll go to the Type tab. I'll select a width of 2 inches. The width of a pull quote will depend on the width of the page, type size, and other factors. I'll leave the height at least, setting at 0.02 inches. I'll make sure that the auto size checkbox is checked so the height adjusts to the amount of text included. I'll set the anchor to paragraph. Setting the anchor to a paragraph assures that the pull quote will move with the paragraph if text is later added or deleted earlier in the document. Since this is for a right-hand page, and pull quotes usually appear by the outside margin, I will set the horizontal position to right paragraph border. I'll set the vertical position to center to paragraph text area. I'll go to the Wrap tab. I'll set the wrap to optimal. Since the frame is at the right margin, I set the left spacing to 0.10 inches and the top and bottom spacing to 0.06 inches. I'll uncheck Allow Overlap. I'll go to the Borders tab. I'll set a top and bottom border with a single line style. I'll give it a color of brick and a width of 1.5 points. I'll uncheck Synchronize in the padding area. I'll set the left and right padding to 0 inches. I'll set the top and bottom padding to to 0.02 inches. I'll click OK. Now I'll set up another new frame style for left-hand pages. I'll base this off the style I just created. I'll right-click on Pull Quote Right and select New. In the Organizer tab, I'll give this new style the name Pull Quote Left. I'll leave Inherit From as Pull Quote Right. That way, if I decide to change the attributes of the pull quotes, I need only change them in the Pull Quote Right frame style. Since this style will be inheriting characters of the Pull Quote Right frame style, I only need to change a couple of attributes. I go to the Type tab. In the Position area, I change the horizontal setting to left by 0 inches to left paragraph border. I go to the Wrap tab. In the Spacing area, I change left to 0 inches and right to 0.10 inches. I click OK. I'll highlight the last sentence at the end of the second paragraph of the second page of the document and copy it. I'll set the cursor before the first line of this paragraph. You can insert a frame by clicking on the style in the sidebar. Instead, I'll go to Insert, Frame, Frame. I'll simply click OK in the dialog that appears. With the new frame selected, I'll double-click on the Pull Quote Left frame style. See what happens. The frame moves to the left margin of the paragraph where the cursor was. The frame is styled with the attributes I assigned in the Pull Quote Frame style. I click outside the frame to deselect the frame itself. Then I click inside the frame to add text. I go to Edit, Paste Special, Paste Unformatted Text. The text I had copied earlier is inserted. I wanted it unformatted so that it would take on the attributes of the frame contents paragraph style. Notice that the frame contents paragraph style is highlighted in the sidebar. This is the default paragraph style for text contents in a frame. I may want to add other types of frames, so I'll create a custom style for my pull quote text. I right-click on Frame Contents and select New. In the Organizer tab of the dialog that appears, I give this style the name _pull quote. I leave the next style set to pull quote. With frames, the next style is not important. I change Inherit From to None. I go to the Font tab. Since the text body font is Liberation Serif, I'll set the pull quote font to Liberation Sans to help it stand out. I'll leave the style set to regular. I'll change the size to 16 points. In the Alignment tab, I make sure the alignment is set to left. I click OK. With the contents of the pull quote frame still selected, I'll click on the pull quote paragraph style. Now that the pull quote is finished, I can play a little with the vertical positioning to see what happens. I select the frame itself. I hold the Alt key down and I press the up arrow and down arrow keys to move the frame slowly upward or downward until I get the look I want. I go to the next page of the text. I select a sentence from the third paragraph beginning with the car I'm given. I move the cursor to the left of the first line of text in this paragraph. I go to Insert, Frame, Frame. I click OK in the dialog that appears. I double-click on the pull quote right frame style. I click away from the frame. Then I click inside the frame. I go to Edit, Paste Special, Paste Unformatted Text. The text I had copied earlier is inserted. The frame contents paragraph style is highlighted. I double-click on the pull quote paragraph style. I like the position of this pull quote. I could keep going through my document, adding more pull quotes in a similar fashion. Later, suppose I decide that I want a different look for my pull quotes. I don't need to go through the whole document again, changing each pull quote individually. I simply need to change one of the styles I've used. I want the top and bottom borders to be green. Because the pull quote left frame style inherits most of its characteristics from the pull quote right frame style, I only need to change the border color in the pull quote right frame style. I right-click on pull quote right frame style and select Modify. In the Borders tab, I select a color of green. I click OK. See how the borders are changed for the pull quotes on both the left and right pages. I only needed to make one simple change, and the pull quotes throughout the document were updated. Now I'll give the pull quote paragraph style an area color. I'll go to the paragraph style area in the sidebar. I'll right-click on pull quote paragraph style and select Modify. I go to the Area tab and click on Color. I select a color of light gold 4 and click OK. Again, all the pull quotes throughout the document will be updated. I'll go to Print Preview to take a closer look. I click on the Book Preview icon. See how using custom styles can make your work more efficient. If you've learned something useful from this tutorial, please give it a like. Then use the link in the description area beneath this video to go to my Writing Efficiently channel and check out my other video tutorials.